Hey guys, welcome back. This week I wanted to make a project that didn't require a whole lot of tools and was friendly on the wallet. I came up with this little wooden shelf. That and more coming up. I started out with an inexpensive 1x6, 6-foot long pine board. The idea was to get the complete shelf from this one piece of wood. You can start out by cutting some of the pieces to length at a miter saw, or if you don't have a miter saw, a hand saw would work as well. Some of the pieces require 45-degree cuts on their ends. If you're going with 3/4 inch material, you should end up with two pieces 5.5 inches by 17 3/4 inches, one piece at 5.5 inches by 17 inches with 45-degree cuts on both ends, two pieces 5.5 inches by 7.25 inches with 45-degree cuts on one end, and two small mounting blocks that measure 2 3/4 inches by 4 inches. You may have to change up your dimensions based on the thickness of your material. And they go together like this. You can then start by gluing the front piece and the top piece together and using a couple brad nails to secure it. Or if you don't have a brad nailer, you can always use finish nails, but I would recommend drilling a pilot hole so you don't split the wood. Wiping up the glue as I go. I can then attach the ends, secure them with brads as well. And then attach the bottom. And if you're planning on mounting this directly to wall studs, make sure that your mounting blocks measure 16 inches apart from one another. Also, inset your mounting block approximately 1/2 of an inch to allow for the mounting hardware. I was going to paint my shelf, so I wanted to fill in some of the cracks and imperfections before sanding. A nice little tip if you're just going to paint it, drywall joint compound or spackle is a heck of a lot cheaper than wood putty. Once I filled most of the voids and let the compound dry, I could then sand the piece smooth. I then used a piece of sandpaper, double-sided tape to a piece of wood as a sanding block just to knock off some of the sharp corners. I decided to go with black paint, being that fit our decor. But the black paint was actually a flat black paint and I wanted more of a satin look. So I sprayed on a lacquer to give it a satin appearance and to give it some more protection. I then approximated where I wanted the shelf, located the studs, and pre-drilled for a couple 3-inch screws. I let the 3-inch screws protrude out from the wall slightly, and I could adjust those later. Once I measured how far apart the screws were, I could then mount the hardware to the back of the shelf. Here you can see it's a little bit wobbly, so I adjusted the screws to be a little bit tighter for a nice snug fit. Well, there you go. A simple project that doesn't take you very long and it's budget friendly. Next week, I may or may not have a video out on Friday. I was planning on entering the Summer's Woodworking Birdhouse Contest, and well, frankly, I'm a little bit behind. In the meantime, check out my new channel, Ferry Talk. It's basically going to be reviews, video wrap-ups, so check that out and subscribe. I don't really have anything up there as of right now, but I'll be adding stuff as we go. Well, until next time, see you later.